Okay, are we up here? Microphone on, test. Hi, camera on, test. Sound. Are we okay? Good morning, good morning. Okay, what's up today? What's up today? I've got stuff left on my desk last night by Aimi-san, one of our printers. This is the pregnant girl. She's off the main printing, but she's doing light jobs for us. And we're taking advantage of this to get a bunch of stuff tested. You know, she can't do long, heavy jobs. But we got a bunch of these old blocks from the Doi company. And they've been sitting around for a while. They've needed testing. So what she's done is she's taken the old blocks and she's done a quick run-up, a quick test of the prints, identified some places that are problems, and she left the block set on my desk last night with a bunch of tags. Please fix this, please fix this, please fix this. So that's my job today. The print, I guess what I should do, I've got a link somewhere, the print. This is her test version. Let me pop up a web page for you. Here we are. This is a page on the net that shows this design, a bunch of different versions of it. I should mention that the Doi Hanga Company originally issued this print in two versions. One was a full-size Oban print, you know, the normal large-size prints. Then they also published it in a Christmas gift card size. They printed it like this in a small size and put it in, I don't know, folders for Christmas gifts. So the page you're seeing there, the page I just linked to, has both of these. And it's what's the viewpoint? It's schlock, you know? It's the same thing every time you see it. It's two women, kimonos, snow or rain or whatever. It was just what the tourists wanted in the 1930s and then in the post-war period in the 1950s, you know. And I have two minds about doing this. This is absolutely schlock art. But they're also beautiful. And the same techniques and training that we use to learn how to do these goes towards doing other interesting work as well. So let's do it. Anyway, she's got a couple of problems here. Yeah, you're commenting already, two ladies walking in the snow. So exactly. That was the guy's trademark. And what I don't know, which is curious, is, I don't know, Koitsu himself, did he want to do these, or is it the order came from the publishing company? Here, I want more of the ladies in the snow. No, I've done that already. I want more ladies in the snow. No, anything but that. I have no idea how the conversations went. The publisher had the upper hand, absolutely. Look, you want money, you want to get paid? Draw the pictures I want you to draw, you know. I guess that's how it was. The publisher was the guy who ran the show, you know. And the artist, Koitsu in this case, either had to eat or walk, you know. Anyway, talk too much. Let's have a look at what's going on here. I really don't know. She's left me just a bunch of notes. So let me have a look at what's... Oop. I'm in trouble. I have no glasses. What did I do with these? Oh, excuse me, gang. I gotta go and get my glasses. They must be on a printing bench where I printed yesterday. No, I printed here yesterday. I was here printing yesterday. All right, streamers, where did I leave my glasses? They're upstairs. Just give me a minute. Sorry, back in a minute. Got him. Yoisho. No, this, whatever, glasses. There's two pairs in rotation these days. Used to be one pair, now it's two, you know, for how close we are. The ones I had in my hand on my face were for the screen and newspaper or whatever. But to get close up to these prints and blocks, I need a more close-up kind. So sorry about that. Okay, let's have a look. She's got a note here that says, Ireki, she wants me to put a wood insert in here. And she's pointing to the top right-hand corner. I see it. Okay, can we see this? I know, two prints side by side, eh? I know, of course, if we get this corner lined up, quite often that corner doesn't line up, and that's what's happening here. Can we get this, will this focus close enough? I'm not sure. Change glasses. Maybe you can see it. There's a gap between the sky and the border. And the block has shrunk and swelled enough that when she lines up one side, the other side it's quite apparent. You know, maybe you couldn't see because the camera wouldn't focus there. But it's really quite apparent. It spoils the print. There's a white gap at the top and bottom. So she wants me to put a stick in here. That'll be easy. And what else have we got here? Nothing there. This one. And again, Ireki. Oh, she circled it. What's this all about? This is green. Oh, I see what's happened. Yeah, a piece is chipped off here. Okay. Here, there's a woman in green kimono here, and somehow the bottom of the green piece chipped off, and she's got a white, looks like white underwear sticking out the bottom. So she needs a piece of green. The green has to be extended down. That'll be easy. I'll use my drill for that. Nothing there. One more block. Another one. What's this? Nothing there. Oh, it's the same. It's interesting. She said the same thing on the other kimono. What's this all about? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, it's going to be hard to show you. One kimono, the lady has a purple under kimono, and the green one doesn't quite come down far enough. On this one, the purple one's missing. It's totally missing, the purple kimono at the bottom there. But actually it's there. I don't know what she's talking about. There is an insert here. Somebody's done this before. There's an ireki, a wooden insert in that purple kimono spot. Right there. It doesn't print. Oh, it's chipped off. Okay. Again, what we've got here, maybe you can see this. There's the kimono of the woman standing up. Then next to her, there's another little square spot here where somebody has put a piece of a wooden insert in. And the top of it is chipped off. So I have to go back and I have to put the same insert in again, a bit higher. So it looks like that. 3 jobs. Okay, 2 square inserts. I'll do those with a drill. What order should we do these in? Let's do one with a drill first. The longer one might take time, so in order that you can see both types, let's do this. This one, I just need a piece of wood, bang, straight in. So I don't need to cut a big slot. I just need to drill a hole in the middle, put in a piece of wood, bang, and then cut it to shape. So we'll need, what will we need for tools? Hang on. Get this stuff out of the way for a moment. What do we need for tools here? I'll need a persuader. Okay, we've got a. Let's zoom in. Are we in focus? Should I put the light on, or is it just going to be too bright? I don't know how this. It's going to spoil things, or is it better? Maybe it's okay. All right. So, again, I'm not sure if you can see. There's an insert here that happened before, and the top of the insert's gone, so it's now below printing level. This prints. This area prints here, but this area doesn't print. So what I've got to do is, in this area here, I've got to chop out and put a piece of wood in. And I've learned actually the easiest way to do this is simply this. Just drive a guide there. And then let's just drill a hole. Yoisha. And if you're going to ask, what happened about the old guys in the old days who didn't have drills? Well, of course they had drills. They just had a little hand drill that would zoom back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I don't think I'm going to eschew the use of electricity just because. Let's go. Hands up, everybody who's waiting for me to go out the back and spoil what's on the back side. Been there, done that. No, the previous insert is ancient. These blocks are they're pre-warp. They're 1930s, my guess. I'm not sure. Maybe a researcher out there can show me more when this print was first published. My guess is 1930s. It's very, very dry, very, very brittle wood. And when that insert would have been done, I have no idea. It could have been done right at the time they published the thing. The guy might have made a carving mistake and left it off. Or it could have been something that was done, quite later on. It's old. There's another insert there. My guess is the original carver forgot. Because both of those second kimonos were forgotten. So he probably carved kimono A and forgot to carve kimono B. There's no way they would be damaged to both in the same place. So he's forgotten to do that. So that insert probably dates back to the original time of the block, 1930s. Anyway, my job now is let's got a piece of cherry here. We're going to make a round thing and bung it in. And for that I need a very high-tech knife, which I forgot to go and get, excuse me. Dr. Bull, the dentist. Are we online? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Okay, you can see where we're going with this, eh? I'm not worried at the moment about the actual shape of the little kimono piece that needs to be carved. That's irrelevant. We'll do that later. What I've done is I've simply taken away the old junk wood. I've put in a piece that's going to be bigger or big enough to cover the area that we need. Oh, I've got to get going. There's another one to do, so I need this stick, so I've got to cut it off quickly here. I need a shield. I need a shield. I need a piece of stiff paper. What we've got here is a saw. This is a special saw. I forget what the technical name is for it. The teeth are flat. Most saws, you know, the teeth stick up on one side and stick up on the other side, so they make a curve, they make a cut. This saw is totally flat on both sides. I forget the name of it, I'm sorry. It's not an exotic woodblock printmaking saw. It's a saw for generic use, but it makes the thinnest possible cut. And the reason I use it here is I'm going to cut this thing off, and I don't want to scratch and scrape the block on either side. Okay, there we are. You can see now the piece of wood that I've put in there is way, way, way too big. Is it going to focus? Come on, camera. Focus. Now, I don't know I have no idea where, but somewhere in the middle of that circle is going to be the little piece that we need to print the kimono. That's the next step. We'll figure that out later. Right now, let's just keep moving. It's yet another one to drill. This green. Now, this is a bit more careful because this is not an isolated drop, an isolated place. This now is an extension. This piece has to be made larger if I read this correctly. The green kimono is missing a little bit just at the bottom. You're going to be careful because if I just bang my drill in, it could chip away parts of the place that we want to keep. So how are we going to do this one? Think. What's the cleanest way to do this one? I think what I'll do is I'm going to drill a smaller hole, not touching that kimono. Then I'm going to cut by hand. Yeah, let's do that. Sort of ignore the chat here a lot. Did you find the print? 1870? I don't think we're talking about the same thing. I know Zozoji Temple has been pictured by many artists, and maybe somebody back in the Edo period did it. 1948. This is all post-war then. Are you sure about that? I'm not quite sure. Are we dropping frames? I'm not showing any problem at this end. Again, what's going on? Actually, I do. I've got 0.2% dropped frames. I think it's sort of okay. Wi-Fi seems okay. Cameron's not here. Anyway, I better get busy here. Ignore you guys. Hey. Okay, let's get a smaller drill bit. What did I do with the drills? Where did I put the drill bits? Anybody see? That is one dull drill bit. I don't know what the guys have been doing with it. Anyway. Wow. And I clean up the edges here just at this side so we can get the insert a bit closer to the wood. It's staying. Are we zoomed in? Yeah, I don't know if you can see or not. Are we okay? Okay, now let's make the plug. Okay, make one side flat now. That's the side that's going to bump against the... All right, we are ready. Bit too long. Here we go. Let's do it again. Which side was the flat side? Now I've lost it. There it is. I better put a bit more protection. The plug is the same plug as the wood block. Yes, I know, it's just a piece of cherry. I know when we've been making our wood blocks here, we have strips, we cut off the blocks. There's one slight negative. What I've done, when we normally put a plug in, the one you saw me do last week, we try and keep the wood grain the same direction as the wood we're inserting, so that when we print later on, the pigment absorbs the same way. What I'm doing here, I've broken that rule here, because this is end grain wood and that's side grain wood. So this is breaking that rule. But what the guy in the previous one did, he put that plug in, he put a piece of side grain wood in, and it chipped off really, really easily. So we've got a plus minus. I know the piece I'm putting in here, end grain now, this is never going to chip off. You can't chip off the the length of a piece of wood like this. But the color will be slightly different because this is hard end grain and that's soft side grain. But because of the scale we're talking about here, it really doesn't matter. There's going to be a tiny little infinitesimal blob of purple, and that's all we're caring about. If I were putting an insert in the middle of a sky or something, we have to worry about trying to keep the wood grain compatible so that it won't show up as a strange color. But for these little tiny ones that just pick up blobs of color here and there, it really doesn't matter. Strength and stability are the important factors here, rather than actual matching the grain perfectly. Okay, let's trim this down a little bit. Try and get back on camera here, excuse me. So next step here is to get it to the same height, and then we'll transfer the image. Got to be careful with the stone. We grind it with nagara, but these things are all so delicate and small. Let's do a touch with the stone, just so we can see where we're at. God, you guys are so busy over here today. When do we get to hear about the secret plans? End of the month. The end of the month. My personal NDA runs out, I think, on January the 29th. Blockster, 1933. That's about right, you know. That's about right. Could the plug expand and crack the piece further? Yeah, if I was careless, if I really drove in a big wedge there, the block could crack. I think I was a bit more careful about that. I just drilled a small hole. And speaking about block cracks, I noticed when I was looking at the first one, we'll see this in a few minutes. Look at this. The block Aimi-san printed the sky from. Do you see this? Is it going to show? Is it focused or not? You can see this block has split like crazy, and it's split right into the sky. And when we first picked up these blocks from the Doi warehouse, we almost tossed these aside because no way. And then one of us, I forget, maybe me, maybe Lisan, whatever, we said, no, let's try it. And what happens is when you put this in water, you soak it in water, the wood swells up, and bing, that crack. And here's the print Aimi-san made from this block. Here's the print, and the cracked area. Where are we here? It's upside down. That's the sky. Sorry. Let me try and figure out the setting here just a minute. Where are we? That's the registration marks there. No. Yeah, that's the registration mark. So there it is. So that's the split part. Yeah, there it is. I can see it. The split part. The split part's right there. And you can see a faint line in the sky. Can you see it? There's a faint dark line which comes from that split part. No problem. No problem. No problem. Anyway, sidetracked too much here. Let's get this thing done. And yeah, the drier they get, I know that's one reason too why the Doi people are so happy that we're using these blocks, because when you don't use them, they just sit in the warehouse dry and dry and dry and dry and dry. Of course, splits all over the place. Using them is much more, it's much better than just letting them sit, Well, overuse is no good, they wear out, but not to be used at all. I think we're pretty much okay on this one, Okay, that's one. Stage one, the plug is in. Stage two will be to draw the outline on it. But let's get the other one done at the same time. Let's do these all together. Okay, so the plug has gone in, but it's still now a little bit too high. It's sticking up higher than the surrounding area. So we've got to get it down to about the same level. This is tough because there's nothing to tell me where the level is. There's no balance here. We're still way high. Almost there. The block is way warped. This one doesn't show at all. But this one's close. Okay, now she left me a sheet here. She left me a couple of sheets printed on dry paper, which I can use to make the transfers. What we've got to do now is zoom out a bit. So we've got the insert there, and we want to be able to tell what is it that's missing. Remind myself what's missing here. All right. So what's missing is the purple color at the bottom of that woman's kimono. The woman who is closest to the registration mark, she's okay. It's the little place at the bottom here. So the area we want to identify is this little place right here. That's what has to be transferred to the middle of this. And we're going to do it by simply gluing this piece of paper down onto the wood like this. Here's my glue. Do you get what's going on here then? This is a sheet she printed yesterday, transferred from the key block. And it's dry. There's no question of expansion or contraction. It's just a dry sheet, lightly printed from the key block. We've put a plug in the area now which covers more than the area we need to preserve. And I've got to transfer the information. This little tiny place, the bottom part of her kimono that sticks out, I need to know where in the middle of that lies. So this is how we're going to do it. This sheet of paper into the registration marks should show me the location properly. Some glue here, they're running out of glue. Doesn't want to come out, so let's get, what should we do here? Piece of junk paper, put a dab of glue on it. height. Okay, this is moved. I'm sure it's moved. Okay, you sit and dry for a moment, please. Well, we'll do it again with the other one. Okay, you sit and dry for a moment, please. Okay, let's get busy with the third one. The third one's totally different. This is more difficult. "90 minutes, yeah. Okay, now this is difficult. What we've got, in fact, there's previous repairs here. Can we see? Let's zoom in. Maybe you can see it, there's a crack there. See the line? So either the original carver carved off too much, and somewhere along the line the printer jammed in some shims at the end there. And that made the sky reach the borderline. Excuse me. He did it in both blocks. There's some shims jammed in here by the printer. These are not clean carver's shims. They're jammed in last minute shims by the printer. And we'll leave those alone. They're doing their job. They're filling up the gray to match the borderline on this one. But you can see perhaps the white stripe here. It's really small. I'm sure you can see it. Somebody carved just too roughly. This area is okay, but it misses here and it misses here. And there's no way we want to publish this print with a little white stripe showing at both sides. So what Aimi-san wants me to do, look, this one's clean, eh? Nice and clean and straight. So what I got to do here, and this is cross grain, this is difficult. I've got to cut this straight, then dig a slot, and then put a piece of wood in. And it's cross grain, you know. This is the thing I said before. We want to put a piece of wood in that has the same grain pattern this way. But that's really difficult. It's a piece like this. So I think I'll just straighten that line, dig a channel, put this piece of wood in, slice it off, and nobody will ever notice the tiny bit. We're just trying to get rid of the white there. Okay. Your first step, straighten that line. What do I need here? Let's use my knife. Oh, I think there's a shim in there already. It's hard to tell. I think there's something in there. We're about to find out. Anyway, it's got to come out. Can't work on top of it. Okay, hold your breath. Yeah, there is a shim in there. Interesting. They've done this before. Okay, there's our line. I'm going to switch to my scope here for a minute because I really want to get this close up carefully. Oh, there's a bunch of shims in there. Look at that. Okay, anyway, no problem. This is really brittle, dry wood. I mean, whatever it was, 1930s or something. It hasn't been printed in decades, so it's really brittle and dry. Okay. Now that's the clean cut. Okay, there's stage one. The edge is now clean and straight so that the insert we put in soon will be able to cut bang up clean and flat against it. And now I've got to figure out how to make the channel for the insert. I've got a piece of cherry. If I just cut a slot, it'll go inside there. Let's see, what's the easiest way to do this? This might be the easiest way. If I just bang this down. No, I don't think so. We're cross grain here, it's difficult. I think do it by hand, I think. Let's go back to the scope. I don't know, what's the water sound in the background? I don't hear anything. One of the heaters or air conditioners from next door is lightly buzzing in the background, but I don't have anything else noisy happening here. So we're going to take this by stages, just cut the slot a bit deeper, till the point where we can slide that piece of wood into it. If I wanted to depend on just the glue, I could have left it as an L and just glued the piece of wood into it, but I'd like the security of having a slot where the wood is glued into it. Okay, let's clean up some here. Old brittle wood it might be, but it's hard. This is one hard piece of wood. This wood has nothing underneath it, so it's rocking all over the place while I'm doing this. So you can see what's going on here, right? We're just going to dig a slot. We're going to go down a bit farther before I put the wood in. Then that slot will hold the piece of wood like this that goes into it. We'll level off the top and it should be good to go. So we've got a bit more excavating. We're going down a bit farther so that wood can hold securely. Probably know who that is. It's Friday today. That must be Cameron, I guess, coming in. Morning, sir. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. We have a quiet stream going on here. I mean, I'm quiet. These guys are busy. There's all kinds of...
Oh.
I have no idea what's going on in the talk there, but my end of it's very quiet.
Yeah.
It's a repair job.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, Aimi-san did the test printing on one of those old Doihanga prints.
Oh, I think I saw it when it wasn't quite yet finished, just during the process.
They're going to be nice. It's going to be
yeah.
Good. So.
Wow. These are beautiful. Really nice.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Very quiet. You know. We've got some examples of a post-war printing of this, and it's really a messy, bright, shiny. You know.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in your folder.
Yeah.
They added like blue into everything.
Whatever, just brightness. They just wanted to make them bright. Which plane? Want to take over for a minute here?
Sure. I can jump in. Put down the pen.
Prepare for failure, it says. It's not like that, guys. Relax. You're making him paranoid about this. So.
I'm getting bullied by strangers on the internet. I'll be okay now.
You can handle it.
I can handle it. Poor Cameron. I'll be okay. Good morning, everyone. see.
What we've done is there's 3 places to fix her. I'm doing them step A, step B. Whatever, you'll see in a minute.
Yeah.
This is the most difficult. We're going to go back. I put 2 shims in other blocks already.
Oh, okay.
So actually, before we run it, what time is it now?
A few minutes before 9.
Okay, good.
So.
Lenny, guess about 9, 10 or so. Let me know. I'll switch back to one of the previous ones so I can finish up that. So.
Sounds great. And these are from Doihanga.
Yeah, the Doihanga stuff.
Right?
And I was thinking just pre-war, and somebody I think earlier in the stream was researching a bunch of people,
nice.
and somebody said 1933, and I think that sounds about right.
Wow.
But this design was done in a large version, Oban size, and also this Christmas card size. So whatever date comes up could be, I don't know.
Could be the one or the
Either
other.
one or the other. I don't know if they were made together or not. I don't know.
I bet they're happy that you're repairing their blocks
Oh,
and
she
making them
is.
better.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's so happy about this. So
You're making them even better than they were.
as we saw earlier, they split. If you don't use them, they just dry out and split and stuff.
Wow.
So, she's plus we're paying her. I mean,
of course.
I'm not paying for the repair job or whatever. I mean, we make the prints. She gets a royalty.
Right.
So we're paying really a block royalty, a rental rental royalty. Oh, everybody's happy. It's a win-win all around.
Oh, yeah. And then people get to see more beautiful prints that haven't been seen in a while, or at least haven't been made again.
The thing we touched on, though, just when the stream first started, is this image, this is not great art. This is, schlock, actually, however polite or just, you want to be about it. It was tourist schlock,
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked this question many times to myself, why am I doing this? This is not great art, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's still beautiful.
Yeah, and the other kick is the skills we learn and use from doing all this stuff, they carry on to other work. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do the Ukiyo-e Heroes if we didn't have the skills to be able to do this stuff.
Right.
So it's not like, everything I touch has to be a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
But, I wonder sometimes about this,
Yeah.
A more cynical Dave, the 18-year-old Dave would have said, "Oh my God, give me a break! What are you
postcard
doing?"
to sell it.
So you're prostituting yourselves to make postcards, for tourists. whatever.
What time is it in Japan? Yes, 9 a.m. And sorry, I'm reading a little bit of the chat. Try not to get too far behind. Someone asked, I wonder if 3D printing would be used to make, or could be used to make blocks.
Yes, people are doing it. Of course, absolutely. This comes up all the time. I know. Go for it. We ourselves are not ready to do that yet because we still have carvers and we like carving ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, clearly, people are going to be using this, and I'm sure already are.
Yeah.
There's 3 real ways. There's laser cutting,
Uh-huh.
the 3D printing, and then there's CAD. Not CAD. CNC. CNC cutting. And all of those are being used, absolutely. We're, for as long as we can, we're going to hang on to this, not because we're Luddites, but because we like playing with wood.
Yeah.
So.
They're laughing at your comment about 18-year-old self. That was the punk rocker phase as a traditional woodblock carver.
No, it was my adult phase. I mean, it was my, I think I'm a genius and I'm so smart and I'm going to rule the world and everything I say is right and everything everybody else says is wrong. It was whatever, don't we all do this at some point?
Go from knowing nothing to knowing everything to realizing again you don't
know
know anything.
whatever. So.
It's the life pattern, I guess, for the world. And then Jed jumped in. So 18-year-old Jed would have said, "Ooh, pretty kimonos, snow."
Well, some of us have taste and some of us don't. So Jed's got some cool stuff coming. He woke me up.
He woke you up again?
No, he didn't wake me up. I'm sort of coming to life at like 6 o'clock or 6:15 or something. And idiot me opens the laptop.
Just don't do that first ready. In the morning.
Well, whatever. So and he's got a thing there. He gives me like 2 minutes to go and pee. What he's been doing is I open the laptop, he sees the green Skype dot right away, and he rings. And I'm like, I gotta pee. So this morning he gave me a few minutes. And then he shows me some interesting work.
Cool.
Jed has interesting projects coming up with us, but he's also working with William
others.
Francis is probably here on the stream as well.
Maybe.
And I shouldn't talk too much about it because those guys are cooking up some interesting stuff. But
Is this the stuff you were talking about yesterday, or something else new?
I don't know because I don't remember what I was talking about yesterday.
Okay.
That's history already. But,
Yeah. Okay.
but there are a ton of interesting projects.
Jed, what are you working on?
This isn't related to William's work over here. William's coming here, next week
Right.
to do something else. But
Yeah.
we're talking about printmaking. They have interesting projects cooking.
Cool. I'm excited to see what else he...
I'm happy to see Jed in a creative mood, And he can hear me say that. It's okay. It's no secret,
Yeah.
Sometimes Jed gets into the Comic Cons so much that it's hard to get back to designing.
Think up new things.
And at the moment, he's in a real creative mood.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see what else you're cooking up, Jed. Francis Hanga is in here. He says, hi, quietly waiting in the background.
Yeah. See you soon, Guy. A couple of weeks, is it now? 10 days or something or whatever?
It's the 19th now, so...
And word on the street here, I was out last night on my way to dinner, and one of the neighboring shopkeepers came up to me and said, is it true that XXXXXXX? And I said, I don't know. I heard somebody talking about this, but I
don't cut it.
So, and he winks and says, got it. He knows I can't talk about this yet. So, but people are onto what's going on. People are onto it. So.
Cool. That's great. Jed, I got up at 2:30 a.m. excited to design today. And play Stardew Valley. A new game he's so addictive.
Oh, what's the... have people been seeing that new announcement yesterday from Nintendo, the Labo thing? So, Jed sent the link over to me, and I looked at it and poked it around. And
yeah, you sent it to me, and then I showed it to my wife at home, and she's like, oh, this is so cool. So, I wonder what everyone else is thinking or seeing, or whatever. Maybe it doesn't matter.
$70 for a piece of cardboard, I see those. But
it is a little pricey, but...
No, it's not. It's a game. It's a game cartridge.
Yeah.
Or I say cartridge, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is a cartridge, again. The technology goes up and down. Or always cycling through different things. Let's see.
The interesting thing for me is to see Nintendo's got their own plans for this, their own designs, but this is how much can you use the APIs and build your own stuff on top of this, That would be so cool.
Yeah. Francis Hanga jumps in, says he's coming on the 29th, and I'm sure I can break the streams in many new ways that Cameron has yet to discover.
Thanks, guys. As long as you don't blame it on me.
Yeah.
Am I visible? I can't see the screens anymore. So
your hand's in the corner, yeah. There.
I mean, I'm cutting a slot here. I don't know if it's clear what I'm doing. Just step by step, I'm cutting a slot.
For a new insert, right?
A slot first, and then once the slot's about the right depth, I'll take this piece of wood and shape it and pop it in there, So.
Oh yeah, it's been a quiet chat too. In over an hour,
Copy.
I can see the whole thing. People are just enjoying your stream. Maybe I've interrupted things. We can make noise if you'd like. If you want.
Okay, what I should do is I should switch back to the part A. There's three things we're repairing today. I should switch back. The glue is probably dry. Hang on a sec. Let me switch. back to the first one here. We had a kimono pattern, and part of the, there's supposed to be purple at the bottom of, I think it was this one, bottom of the kimono.
Yeah.
And we just glued on, we put an insert in, it's this round thing here. And now what I've got to do is try and make this paper a bit transparent so I can see. I didn't use detailed Gumpy paper, I just used, Aimi-san printed it on a piece of copy paper for me. So. Hopefully it's going to go transparent enough. If not, there it is. We can see it. There it is. I can see this, but I don't know if anybody else can. What we've got here now, because I made the paper transparent, I can see the kimono outlines here. That's the purple. Then this kimono, they're supposed to be right here. This little rectangular piece is supposed to be purple. And there was a plug in there, but it had broken off. So we put in a larger, you see this circular shape. This is a larger plug. So what I've got to do now is, and I'm going to carve this a little bit on the large side, because I'm not sure about Aimi-san's registration on this block. So if I carve exactly what I see, that little rectangular shape, it may actually be in the wrong orientation. So I'm going to cut a little bit on the outside, on this side, a little bit on the outside over here. Now I'm going to cut it a bit, what's the word, proud? Somebody was teaching me. I'm going to cut it a bit proud, so that it's a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And then when she does test printing tomorrow, she will come to me and say it's too big, and I'll be able to trim it back, but maybe trimming on the left a bit more than the right or something like this. But if I try and carve it now at this point exactly the right shape, almost certainly it will be off by a smidgen.
Because you can always cut more off. You can't.
Oh, exactly.
Put that little shaving back in.
Well, you can, but it's back to this.
Right, it's doing the whole
board,
thing.
So yeah, exactly. So I'm cutting this thing just a little bit too big.
So you said it had already been plugged once. So
it's been plugged. I think because there's two. I think the guy forgot. There's the woman with a purple kimono, and then the second woman has a purple kimono sticking out at the bottom, and both of these, A and B, were both plugged. So I think what it was he carved the first blocks, and either he or the person that did the color layout or something forgot about it. So they came back and plugged it. It would be unusual for it to be normal, and then halfway along one became damaged, but not the other one.
Right.
So the fact that they're both plugged makes me think it was a construction error right back at the beginning.
Yeah.
And the plug survived all the way along, but at some point, because it's weaker than the rest of it, one of them popped out, or broke.
Got it.
And it's really no big deal. This plugging stuff, it just happened all the time. It's a normal part of our work. I know Ito-san, the old carver, the guy who appeared in the video I made, the famous video I made. After he died, I went to visit his wife, and she gave me the tools and stuff like that. But she also shared with me a bunch of, we chatted for a couple of hours there, I really, really wish I'd have been able to tape it, but I didn't think of it, and it's not, I probably couldn't have done that anyway.
Yeah.
But one of the episodes she told me was that their life had had ups and downs, but back in the time of the first Olympics, there was what they called an ukiyo-e boom among the printers and carvers.
Right.
Because back then the Japanese yen was still really cheap for overseas people. There was a flood of new, fresh visitors for the Olympics, and everybody wanted ukiyo-e prints.
Right.
So every carver and printer was just flooded with work. It was basically like if you could stay awake 24 hours, you could work 24 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
And what Ito-san and his wife done, he carved the outlines and did the big hammer work. And he passed it to his wife for doing this stage, the stage I'm doing right now, with the ice chisels. The lines were carved. That was difficult professional work.
Right.
The wide areas had been cleaned out. That was difficult man work. Yeah. And he gave her the chisels and gave her some training and said, here you are, here dear, go and do this. And she'd be like, whatever, a young housewife in her 30s or 40s or something at that point. I don't remember exactly. But she said this to me. She's like half laughing, half crying. We're remembering her late husband and all the different ups and downs and stuff.
Yeah. And
she says, we tried so hard to get those orders out. But she said, actually, I cost him more time than I saved. Oh. Because after I'd finished, there were so many cracked and chipped and popped lines where she'd gone too far. Oh, no. He spent more time putting plugs in
And
then she had saved them,
Oh, no.
and she's laughing/crying, telling me this,
Yeah.
And I can see the guy's frustration, he can't do it all by himself. He needs help. He asks his wife, and she tries to help, but oops, chip, pop, oops, chip, pop. And he's like, oh, not again,
Yeah.
And I don't know really what kind of person he was, younger or whatever. Were they a happy couple, or was he a monster that yelled at her? I have no idea,
Yeah.
But she's half laughing, half crying, telling me about this. I tried to do this, but I just caused him more trouble, And here we are now back in another ukiyo-e boom. This one not really because of the Olympics, but the first ukiyo-e boom was caused by the Olympics, and the second one's being caused by Jed.
Yeah.
Jed plus all the new tourists, of course. There hasn't been good recognition of this yet, that it was Jed's creativity that sparked off this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's getting a bit funny because people are starting to put this on me. Dave Bull is saving this, blah, 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 blah. And it's not. I was just working in one quiet corner of this, not saving anything. I didn't wake up woodblock printmaking. I was just privately making nice little prints by myself.
Yeah.
Having a gallery show now and then. I had a little bit of stuff on YouTube, next to nothing. I was just in one corner. So the real kick-ass energy that came in and did it was Jed's Ukiyo Heroes idea,
Yeah.
And I was the right guy in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So I hope eventually this proper understanding of the history will come out, I think. I guess it will. I don't know. Okay, there's one done. Done to the point that I can do this. This one I get washed off. Aimi-san will do a test print. That little purple thing will be a slightly bit too large, and she and I will then trim it based on what we find out.
Cool.
That's one done. Let's go back to the next one, the green one. We're okay for time still, are we?
It's 9:15.
Right,
yeah, so that was only
we keep
about
going
5 minutes
we hear
right
the bell.
there.
Yeah, so okay.
We've got a question. Do you write a sort of dossier to document the state of the blocks, repairs, interpretations about their past life or anything? Because you seem to know a lot about all the blocks. Do you have any of this documented somewhere? Or?
No. What do you mean?
I don't know. That was their question, but just some sort of record, I suppose, from Korin-gami.
Nothing to say. We're just people making prints. That's all. I know we are. In sense of what we're doing right now is slash document. We put YouTube videos up.
Yeah.
I blog about stuff. I write about stuff. I talk about stuff. So we're already way ahead of any previous generation because people just worked and didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm actually not to be against what people are suggesting here, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Just whatever, just do it. I'm not into this. Oh my God, it must be preserved, must be protected, must be documented. I don't care really. I've talked about this before. Not in a bad sense, but just get out of my way and let me do the work. And if we don't do it, the important thing is making the prints.
Yeah.
I would love to be in a situation where there were people around us with cameras and can we catch what you're doing? I say sure, whatever, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Like this morning, what I'm doing right now. Yeah. If somebody had really been carefully videoing this in a sense of making a tutorial, sure, go for it. I don't have the time to muck around with that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Hope that answers.
I don't know.
Your question. I think so.
Same thing. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. This is green. The green kimono is there. We put our plug. This one's it wasn't an isolated plug. It's a plug that extends the green block. It had been knocked off at the bottom. And again, I'm not sure where it's supposed to go. This is this one. So, here we are. The green kimono is supposed to come down to that line. I don't know if this is visible.
Yeah.
The green kimono is supposed to come down to that line, and this is handled by the purple, the other insert we did. So what I need to do here is just leave enough wood so that this green is extended. I think it's down to, I think that's the purple one. I can't tell. So what I'm going to do is, again, same as before. I'm going to leave it too long. Carve off the sides here. I'm going to leave it way too long. We will cut it back at time of printing. I used to be so scared of these inserts and stuff, back when I was making the Poets series. I'd made many screw-ups, but what do I do? How do I fix this? I don't know what to do, I postponed it and postponed it and postponed it. And it's nothing. It's trivial work. It's easy.
You just have to be brave enough to make that first step, cutting out a chunk of your block and then putting a new one in.
So. But whatever, it's already broken. You're not going to lose. You know, so.
Mm-hmm. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Suga-san. Oh, you're running ahead of me. I haven't done mada.
もうちょっと
そう、だから、アミさんの直しを先に。
そっちか。
Okay. But actually, good time. I'm just finished. Wait. Let me. We finished the second one, okay? See what we're listening to. I've put the plug in. Let's wipe it off.
映ってんの？
はい。
本当だ。
So there's the original green area. It now bumps into my area that's plugged. So exactly how much we need, we don't know. We'll look at test printing. But let me put this aside for a moment because something else I want to show you. Sugi-san, say hello.
おはようございます。
This is Suga-san.
Suga-san, and she left a job for me today, and I want to show everybody.
そうそうそう。
She left a block with me, which she wants me to work on.
それね。
This is the key block for, what's the name of this thing? Trial of Strength.
Yeah.
The first of the boss fights. This is the key block for the Trial of Strength print. I don't think it's focusing.
Yeah, it's having trouble focusing.
I back up. Is that it?
見えた見えた。
Quite.
Anyway, long story short, that's on the back of the key block. We have some lines carved. And this is for a Shoumenzuri, a front rubbing printing. And she did the test of it yesterday.
Oh.
And it needs a bit of trimming. And she's here right now. She wants to continue. And here's some of her proof prints. This is one of the proof prints she's done for this print. And maybe you can see it and maybe you can't. This is on the part of the area here. Oh, I'm going to get scrambled in my explanation.
You know what?
I'm going to get scrambled. Okay, let me just do it.
Just do it.
Can you run to the party room and bring me a baron, please?
Yes.
Just one of the three that's sitting there. Thanks. Okay. What we've got here, it's going to be a front rubbing printing. And this is one of those deals where you put the pattern on, but you can't see it under normal light. You can only see it when you put it under special light. And here's how it works. All the prints, of course, you know how they're made. Pigment. Excuse me. Pigment goes on the block, we rub from the back, and it comes out. The Shoumenzuri, the front rubbing, is different. We carve the pattern not reversed. All the patterns are normally carved reversed, right? It's all backwards.
Right.
This one is different. This is not reversed. And here's the registration marks. And we're going to put the paper in the registration marks face up. And the paper is dry. And it's in the registration marks face up, and here's how we print it. On the face of a finished print, we rub. Like this. I'm actually rubbing on a dry finished print. And what happens is, the parts that are carved underneath, pressure with the baron, they get shiny on the front. And the parts where there's nothing carved underneath don't have any result. So we've now got, can you see it, Cameron? Have a look. No, I mean yourself.
Oh, yeah,
in
I can
real
see it
life.
myself, yes. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Now, how do we show the other people? Because if I can see it here, it's not going to show.
It does a little bit. When you go into that bright light and move it around, you can see a little bit of shimmer.
Try and find a spot. Oh, this is going to be tough. Because the camera's the wrong direction. Oh, there it is.
Beautiful.
You see it? Got it. Is it there?
Oh, yeah.
Are we focused?
Yep.
So there's a pattern now we're talking about the pattern in this area here. I lost it. Oh, let me find it again. I had it.
Yeah. Maybe move a little bit closer to the light. Oh, there. That's nice.
No, I had it. I've totally lost it. I'm an idiot. Is it coming back?
Oh.
Almost.
You're so close. I'm getting there. Glimpses of it.
Almost. Glimpses. So. I had it better. There it is. Hey. Well, this is the cool thing. It's sort of a hidden pattern that you really have to geek around to find, I've lost it. You try. I don't know. Anyway, the thing is, she tested this yesterday. and we've done it. And the problem is, again, the carver, the Chonsan carved this one. He wasn't quite sure exactly where it was. So he carved these lines a little tiny bit too long. So the shiny part now comes out a little bit too far. And the shiny part, you can't see it there. The shiny part comes out into the surrounding areas.
Got it.
So what I have to do now is just trim off, just a little bit trim off the edge of these one by one by one by one. Because she's ready to do this today.
Yeah.
The print upstairs is finished. All the colors are done. Her first, I think she got 60 copies, did she say?
That sounds
60
right,
copies.
but I'm not sure.
They're in the drying boards. They're all dried. And the next step after drying is to do the front rubbing.
Cool.
And then if Jed-san's watching, Jed, these will go to you. It's Friday. We got to get them off tonight because today's Friday. Post office is closed Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
So we'll try and get them off to Jed right now, today. And he'll do his signing and sealing. Jed-san, did you see how it worked out? They came out so nice. This is one of the best prints we've ever made. Is he still there or is he gone?
He was here just a minute ago, but he may not be anymore.
I'm so happy. Maybe the bright light is too bright. I don't know. We never get a good view here.
Oh, that was perfect.
Oh, look, there
wow.
it is. There it is. Look at that. I was just an idiot. Yeah, it's the roof light that shows better. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about this area here.
So I'm saying, wow, I might be broke very soon because they're going to be buying a bunch of prints.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Well, the thing is, I'll fulfill it. Just a minute. I think we've made, like, she put 60 sheets in, so we're going to get 50 sheets, whatever.
Yeah.
I think Kickstarter is 39 of those, I think, are through Kickstarter. So those people go first, and Jed's policy is clear. Mine too.
Yeah.
Until the Kickstarter backers have them in their hands.
Don't put it in the shop.
Yeah, so it goes on Jed's shop. So this first batch of, say, 50, there's 39 for Kickstarter, then I guess the other 10 or 11 will go from Jed's shop.
Okay.
And Sugu-san has already started a second batch of 50.
Oh, wow.
And those will go over for Jed's shop, and they'll come back to us for here in the Asakusa shop.
Great.
So it's going to be a few weeks yet before they're actually in the world.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm so pleased we did that. Look at that.
Wow.
Blood everywhere on this one.
Yeah.
This is one of the test prints. There's marks and blobs. And actually, this isn't so good because what this one is, the blue of his tunic and the background, they're too similar, and you can't. There's not good. What's the word? Contrast. So we were doing different. These are some of the test sheets. This one has better contrast. So this is not what you're seeing here is not 99% the same as what we're going to be shipping. This was one of the test sheets.
Yeah. Is it embossed slightly? Can you feel those marks? We're being asked.
Oh. I don't. If I was blind or something, I think I could feel it. If you're really super sensitive. But they're not embossed in the way that embossing is. Right. Embossing is we do it the other way around. I can do
when
it
the paper's moist.
So when the paper's moist and we press it on like this, face down, then the lines get bumpy embossing. It's not going to show you.
Yeah.
So this is not the same as embossing. Yeah. Look at this. So nice. So nice. Anyway, what should I get back to? Okay, I'm on party duty till this morning with Teiko-san at 10 o'clock
starting
party.
at 10, okay.
So I've got to get Shield. She's going to help get going. So I think we're pretty much on our...
Yep, just
I didn't
it's only a few minutes before 9:30, so...
Okay, well, let's get back just to show what we'll be doing next. Maybe I should save this for tomorrow. Ayumi-san doesn't need this today. So rather than try and jam this right now really quickly, it might be a better idea if I just put this aside.
Okay.
Tomorrow's stream, I don't even know what tomorrow's stream is, so...
Well, it could be that.
It could be this. Let me do this then. Let me set this aside. I've got a ton of work to do today. I will come back and finish this part of it. It's not a dramatic deal. I'm going to take a piece of cherry wood, shape it to fit, put it into this slot, slice it down. But it'll take an hour or so, so let's do that. Let's make a date for tomorrow to finish this block repair at that time.
Sounds great. And people are asking about the shopping just one more time. First, these are going to the Kickstarters.
We're talking about Jed's print?
The Jed's print, sorry, yeah.
We have 2 batches. She's finished her first batch of about 50 copies. We ship them to Jed tonight, and he will be signing and sealing and checking.
Yep.
And there's 39 of them are clearly going to be sent to Kickstarter. People are already sold last September. He then has about 10 left over, so I believe he will be opening up his web shop to take orders for those 10 or 11 or whatever it works out to be. She's printing the next batch of 50 right now, and once that's finished, and it'll be another 10 days or so, those go to Jed for signing and sealing, and a bunch of those will come back to me. We're going to buy some from Jed to put in the shop.
Got it.
So this print will be available from Jed's website
next week, probably.
whatever, late next week.
Yeah.
Just talk to Jed or write him a letter or go to ukiwaheroes.com and check it. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
And then it'll be in the Asakusa shop a couple of weeks after that, once the prints have gone around the world and come back.
Yeah. And someone said, "Oh, can you buy direct from Jed because you live in Utah?" Send him a message. I think he's got contact information on the
all
Ukiyo-e
global
Heroes
sales.
page, so.
These prints are only sold through Jed.
Yeah.
Plus the shop here. We ourselves don't sell online. If you want this print, you got to talk to Jed. He's the publisher.
Yeah, so talk to him.
And then coming soon, the Dragon's Gift print.
Ooh, yeah.
It's in the left hand, sticking out the plastic thing right there. Is that it? Is that it? Wanna keep looking? There's the Dragon's Gift. No, that's this one.
There's several back here.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. It'll be the fattest one, I think.
Then it could. That's Patreon.
What have I done with it? It's around here somewhere. No, the other way. Go left. I think that's.
Oh,
there it is.
there
There
it
it
is.
is.
Lots of folders there.
This is an early proof. This is not the real proof. This is, again, Aimi-san's early proof with writing and scribbled on it. The Dragon's Gift print. I better zoom out a bit more. The blocks are done. Proofing was done by Aimi-san. I did a couple of touch-ups. The blocks went to Kubota-san. And he is now, as we speak, nearly finished this thing. He starts on Fox Moon next week, so he's nearly finished the Dragons.
Excellent.
So the Dragon's Gift is in the same position as this one. It's a couple of days behind. This will be back in my shop
Soon.
Monday or Tuesday. We'll check them, send them over to Jed for signing and sealing. So this one as well will be going, same story, just a week behind. This will go to Kickstarter backers first, then in Jed's web shop, and then here. And this isn't the finished version. The finished version was darker and gloomier at the bottom, and it had a deeper sky in the background, and the dragon was a bit brighter and poppier. But anyway, it's up and running. 1, 2. Colossus is already in Jed's web shop, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
we've already sent those over to him.
Of the 6 prints we put in the Kickstarter campaign, 1 is up and running and open, has been shipped to Kickstarter backers.
And 2 will
Number
be
2 is
soon.
happening this week. Number 3 is happening next week. Then the next one is the Serpent's Gift, and the blocks are under my desk here, waiting for me to find time to proof them. Blame me. Okay. That's going to be a little while yet still to come. Okay, we better roll this up. I got to get out into the shop.
All right. Thank you,
better wrap
everyone.
this up. You've got the material over
really
there.
abruptly. No, just kidding.
So tomorrow's stream will be a continuation of the repair stream we did today, plus something I have no idea what it will be yet.
Okay.
Cameron Sam, do the sign off.
Okay.
Thanks, gang. Thanks very much.
See you later.